and go. Hi, I'm Lily and Carrie.
And I'm Claire Carey.
And we are here at Northwest Dance, and we decided to do some variations that are things that I know Richard has taught many, many times. You know, we've added a flavor here and there, but generally speaking, these are things that I learned from Richard in workshops going back, a whole lot of years.
A hot minute.
We spent a little bit of time working on the basic, and we did talk a little bit, just a couple of reminders. One, here's where you want to start on count 1. Here's where you want to end up at 6. 1, 2, down line, 4, 5, 6. That turns out to be super handy for many of the variations that we end up doing. If you naturally end up here, you may be in trouble to do certain moves, right? And maybe you may be set in the wrong spot. First thing we did was just a very nice, easy, getting into sort of gently. Leads under, back to close, with a basic that looks like this, a little basic.
Classic move.
I walk under.
Yep.
And back to closed, and 1. Now, I had a very specific fancy footwork, so I am going to step through, across, and back.
She's doing a little do-si-do.
So what that allows me to do, otherwise Claire would have to go under, all the way around, and all the way back to the back. That's a whole lot of work for me to ask her to do. So instead, I'm going to do my share. Or I'm going to walk under, 2, 3, back,
she's already
5,
behind.
6. Right, that brings her back in much easier. The other thing is that I'm going to change this hand. I'm going to walk under, and then I'm going to let it float down.
And as low as possible.
So that when she comes back to closed, she can use that leverage, and so can I. At the very end, I'm going to face the outside of the hall. One last time. Under, and back to close, facing the outside of the hall. Okay? Then, we did a waist slide.
Very similar.
Right. So, the waist slide works the same way. Has a little hand trap. I walk under, 1, 2, 3. I definitely want to step back 4. This is a little bit of tetherballling, right? Back, step, step. Again, facing the outside. Looks like this, up to speed. And go 1, 2, 3, back 4, and 1.
We talked about how leads are really having to make an assessment of when that tension finds its apex, but your follow hasn't smacked into you yet. You're really looking for the most amount of tetherball feeling, and then that's the release. It's right after 4 most of the time, depending on arm lengths and all of that.
And then we go for hug arms. Get that frame nice and open so we can reconnect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hug arms. We just walk into the basic rather than having to hurry up and connect. Then we did a little bit of a brain tease, where we went from closed position to open position with lead slightly back line of dance. Remember we said this whole thing about if you do your basic and you come back to here, you're pretty good. Then all I have to do is turn a little bit farther and go to here.
Not even 90 degrees.
We said that follows could make this easier by putting pressure out and open. So watch what that looks like in slow motion.
We're going to slide down.
1, 2, 3, right here.
And got that contact.
4, 5, 6.
Now we're ready to grapevine.
1, 2, 3. We started with a high hand. 4, 5, 6.
Right this way.
Claire does a chaîné turn, which we'll go over. 1, 2, 3,
Slides
4,
down. It's back on the dance grapevine.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
and 1.
We talked about our chaîné turns being so much more comfy to do than like a turn where I'm trying to travel and turn at the same time low. So we practiced doing that. Open, close, open. We wanted to travel first, not take a turn, then turn really mostly in place, and then have that relaxing, opening, settling count. So that looks like this. We got a we slide down, we grapevine, we travel, then turn, and then it's so relaxed coming out of there.
So, and remember, as I come out of that grapevine, I'm going to want to step down line and step stay up with my follow so then I can cruise back into the basic. If that becomes a free spin, then I'm definitely going to step down line, a free spin, or if I want to do a rollaway, that would look like that. 1, 2,
There's our
3,
slide down.
4, 5, 6.
Great.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello.
There's our hug arms again. We'll do it again. Da-da-ya, da-da-ya, da-da-ya. Da-da-dee, da-da-da-dee, ba-da-ya, ba.
Right?
All those counts.
And please remember, we are going to be doing that Sinead turn as well.
Yep.
Then we did a walk around round.
Yes.
I love this one because once we get wrapped in, we have, I don't even know how many variations. There's so many. With both of these, it's really great because we have so many different hand variations. The hand can come through from the back. The hand can come through from the top. We can go two with left. We can go
Left and right.
which is really nice for going into the mixer. So, to do a cradle, I'm going to let my follow walk into it. I'm going to get out in front, 1, 2, 3. Notice they're not all the way in yet. They still get to walk forward. 4, 5, 6.
I haven't really done anything, just tootling on forward. She is circumnavigating me and making this comfy.
And then she's also keeping her elbows bright.
Right, we talked about the fact that I don't want to let my lead cramp my style. I want to keep my frame nice and open even in this position. So that means I'm taking my elbows and making them nice and comfy next to my body.
And then so that allows us to get a little bit of connection with the fingertips. Count 1, I'm going to do a little bit of a prep. 1, 2, 3. And then the first one we did was a 4, 5, 6.
There's that Sinead turn again.
And we talked about this fingertip being out,
Yep.
step,
Then we go.
and out again.
So, from
With
the
the
walk around.
cradle. And 1,
walks around.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Prep 1, 2, 3, and we'll use that hand, and we'll walk in, and come on out.
There's your
1,
breath.
2, 3. Second turn, and we walk out.
We talked about how we really want to have that ba-da-da, ba-da-da. We get to have that little pause. We don't want to run it all together. We want to make sure that I get that little break in between. So when we're going and
1, 2, 3.
then I go
And
ha.
1.
Nice and relaxed.
So I think that we also did the cross-step waltz mixer, which is 2 basics, which we played with and had an amazing time using some of these variations. So, but normally it's 2 basics. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Second
5,
basic
6, 7
with a
basic.
slide out,
And then we go in,
hands in, hands
Out.
out,
and then inside turn.
she's my new partner.
And inside turn.
Turn
Back to closed.
close.
And we showed how you could use some of those variations during those 2 basics. For example, 1 basic on a waist slide, that cradle variation.
If we go no walks in between, you just bing bing, 12 counts.
And I think that's what we
I
accomplished
think that's what we
tonight.
did. Thank you
Well
guys
done,
so
you all.
much. Well done.